So, former NBA player Delonte West, who unfortunately has taken a dramatic fall in his life post NBA career, was savagely beaten today on a highway. I don't know where it was. I don't know where he lives. I want to say he lives somewhere down south, man, maybe like uh, Texas or something. I'm not exactly sure where he lives. Um, he was savagely beaten by a motorist, and scores of people were passing by and did absolutely fucking nothing. Nothing. Didn't get involved. Didn't say, "Hey, what the hell's going on?" You know. And the thing that bothers me is the beating that this guy was given Delonte West was terrible. Like, if you look at the video, it's the way he was kicking Delonte in the head. It's the type of kicks that can kill someone. And Delonte was basically defenseless. Okay, basically defenseless, and nobody got involved. The only way some people got involved was taking out their cell phone cameras and taking video footage of what was going on and uploading to their social media accounts to get hits and views and likes. That's them getting involved, self profit. Oh, and making comments like, "What did Delonte do to deserve this?" But I guarantee you, if it was a white guy that was on the pavement getting a beating like that from a black person, you best believe somebody would have got their car and got involved, and police would have been there beating the shit out that guy, if not shooting him, and not Delonte West being handcuffed as if he's the criminal. He's the problem. Of all days, Dr. King's holiday, a day where we're supposed to look out for one another at very least one fucking day of the year, you know what I'm saying, where we're supposed to look out for one another at least, and we can't even do that. But we want to blame everything on, the civil rights movement. It's their fault that we're fucked up. It's all their fault. Don't blame us. It's their fault. What a crock of shit. You know what I'm saying? The problem is we just don't give a fuck about each other no more. Man. That's one of the problems. We don't give a fuck about each other anymore. Delonte West has bipolar disorder. He was diagnosed with it, I think, 12 years ago, from what I read. And I suspect he has other psychological disorders. And the issue that I'm surmising is that he is unable to afford the medications that he desperately needs, which could regulate his mind, regulate the chemical imbalance in his mind, and allow him to think clearly and be a productive member of our society. If you can control the mental illness, that's the first path. Then he can be a productive member of our society, and he can get back to being a man with some semblance of dignity in his life. Now, I understand that some people can say he don't want help. He's denying it, whatever. But the man obviously, listen to the video, he's not thinking clearly. He's not in a clear state of mind. This man desperately needs help. You can see the further deterioration of him mentally and physically. He looks like Delonte West, but then again, he doesn't look like Delonte West. He doesn't look like this person in the picture. You know what I'm saying? He looks like a cracked out version of him, a meth out, a meth out version of him. And I understand some people be like, well, what did he do with all his money? I don't know. Sometimes life fucks you over, okay? Sometimes it's not always that you fuck off your money. Sometimes these NBA players, sometimes these athletes are unfortunately are victims of people who they entrust with their money. And these people are robbing them blind. Delonte West made, from what I read, $16 million in his NBA career. Take out taxes, I'm assuming that's 9 and some change million. Okay? You would think that he would be able to sustain himself with that, invest, whatever. But sometimes that shit don't play out like that. This situation kind of reminds me of former NBA player Ray Williams. All right, Ray Williams played in 1970s and 1980s. I can't remember all the teams he played for, but I know he played for the Nets and the Knicks. And Ray Williams, his situation is almost as tragic. After he retired, during his career, he had some bad investments. Okay, and he tried to apply for his pension early, and he got it. And once again, he tried to make some investments, and I think something happened where either he had some bad investments or one of the I think a property or one situation, excuse me, that he invested money in turned out to be a total scam. He got robbed of pretty much all of his fucking money, and basically had to start over from scratch. He was working like, basically, labor jobs for a while. Then he lost that job and he was homeless for a while. And then ultimately, he died of cancer a couple of years ago. He had a pretty tragic life, man. There's been various other NBA players who've been like this. Um, I don't know what happened to Delonte West's money, but that's not the issue at hand. The issue at hand is this guy needs help. Now, as far as his pension is concerned, I've been reading about it. NBA players qualify for a pension if they play at least 3 years in the NBA. And that pension, the minimum pension, is an annual pension of about $58,000. Now, $58,000 is not enough on a yearly basis to be fucking off. Now, if you budget yourself, um, yeah, you can do well with that. You know what I'm saying? I could do well with that. But, an NBA player who's used to making millions of dollars, they're going to have to make a total life change as far as how to budget themselves, man. Delonte West played 7 years in the NBA, 2004 to 2011. Had he played 4 more years, he would have been eligible for the next tier as far as pension, which is $195,000 a year. That's pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Um, so the thing about it, though, except for situations of emergency, which he actually is, I think, is eligible for, you don't get your pension until you're 62 years old. Um, I don't know whether or not he tried to apply for it before, and maybe it's a certain thing where if you apply for it all at once, they give you a huge lump sum, but you can't get it when you're 60 something. I don't know how it works. I don't know whether he did that before and he fucked it off or whatever, or whether he just hasn't tried to apply for the emergency funds. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But all I know is this guy needs help desperately. This guy needs help. This is a person who truly needs help. I don't know how, his family is right now, but somebody has to help this guy, man. Some NBA player, a group of NBA players, something needs to be done with this situation because this is not going to end well, you know. And this touches me personally because, like I said, I don't like really dispensing too much information about myself on YouTube. I learned my lesson about that because not everybody that listens to these videos, not all of them, 98, 99% of you guys are family, but it's a couple of ears that people want to listen to shit and they, you know what I'm saying, they bring it up and use information against you. But I'll just say this. I had someone in my family that suffered from mental illness, and I watched that person precipitously decline over the years. And that person eventually suffered from being destitute and ultimately homeless for a brief period of time. And I saw this person whose immediate family shunned them, stopped talking to them. Not because this person was a bad person or anything like that, but they shunned them because of the stigma of mental illness. It was so bad that this person's immediate family didn't even let them know that their mother had passed away until 2 months later, and they sent a flyer from the fucking funeral via mail to this person. Didn't call them, didn't do anything. Didn't let them know that their mother had passed away because the family had just cut the person off because the person had suffered from mental illness in the past. So they didn't want to have anything to do with them. So I know how people get down when it comes to families, family members in mental illness. It's the stigma. They don't have anything to do with them. And it doesn't make any sense because mental illness is really no different than having cancer, heart disease, diabetes. With the right medications, and the person takes their medication, they can live a normal life. So that's my thing, man. That's what I gotta say, man. This guy needs help, man, and I truly am disappointed at the so-called citizens who saw this man get this tremendous beat today and didn't get involved at all. Didn't get involved whatsoever in the situation. Um, I'm just at a loss. I'm at a loss of words for the cowardice that uh, is very, the, the amount of cowardice that is so shit. I'm trying to use the right word. Damn near ubiquitous in our society now. Especially with us. Like it's just, I don't know, man. I'm done.